Welcome back, everybody. I appreciate you guys coming in today. We're also not going to be reading chat or anything like that. Just not really in a social mood at the moment. But I do appreciate you guys coming in, saying hi. I may not read it, but knowing it's there helps. Anywho, what we're going to do is maybe clear off this desk real fast. Desktop. And also, we're still working on this, but I do want to kind of make note that it's the 12th. If I separate the time into 3 sections rather than the 2, what we can do is a 6-day, essentially, game jam. So at the end of 6 days from now, I will have a small demo. It's a little bit pushed from this, but instead of these basic shapes, I am going to go ahead and draw a little bit. But it's not just going to be that, it's going to be the whole shebang, the whole game. And we'll just see from there. I think what will happen is we'll get on to task a lot faster. So right now, into the void, here we are. Who knows what the correct direction is. And if I simply have a little bit better of a guess of here, you know, and let's say I would have just like thrown it here. All this, you know, this is just a small amount space difference. Whereas if I throw it all in one big thing, instead if I do one small thing and I can throw another one, and let's say this is the correct direction. You're just gonna have to kind of guess with me. I'm like, okay, I'm way off. I need to throw it again. Let's say I throw another one. Bam. Maybe a 1 would have been here-ish, you know. But either way, then I'm like, okay, maybe half that. So somewhere around here. And the goal is hopefully to, this will be the 3rd mini demo. Again, separating in a 6, 6, 6. 6 days from now, be the 18th. 6 from then, what did I say, 18th, so 24. And the 6 from there be the 30th, and I'll have about 2 days to update on this last mini demo. So that's what the game plan is. We're gonna give it a shot. Let me see what we're doing here. Fix enemies and mini boss working. I think that's done, but yeah, so this is done. However, I do want to make it aware the enemy, right now the boss, I don't know why I'm writing this out. I want the big boss to also have a whole bunch of the little ones like a normal wave. So let's get to it. After that though, have enemies spawn based on distance. We'll make the spawning feel a little bit better. We'll also open up Rotato, give that one run, and go from there. Make notes. Let's get to it. Shit, I need to save. So the only thing that I want to do here, like I said, we're going to be moving kind of quick, is having that mini boss spawn like a regular enemy, I guess, but only for that one round. It'll be probably in spawner, spawn controller. Is this a boss wave? At the moment, I think we can fix that through this. I think I'm setting it here. Is this boss wave true? Yes. So... Okay, if it is a boss run, or endless run, here I will be saying true. Crane is in defeat. I'm not really worried about that at the moment. Although it would be here. On the copy. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me copy all of that. At this point in time, too, I'm going to probably be getting rid of these. Let's test it. We're kind of in debug mode, so just keep that in mind while I'm killing these enemies. I've got 10 times health, 10 times damage. What are you gonna do with that? Balancing wise, I think these guys should attack a little bit faster there. It's a little bit nutty. And maybe like start to spread it from the center and then attack. Maybe one, yeah. It does feel a little sudden as to like when it's attacking me. You know what? I should have killed him. That way I could test the next run, the next wave rather. Won't take long though. That's working so far. All right. It's a regular wave. Up. Don't know what's going on there. I don't think. Yeah, I didn't create a random one. Why is it doing that? This enemy cannot exist yet. If the enemy exists, maybe it was just these. Excuse me. But you know what? I'm gonna be getting rid of that system anyway. Cool beans. I can definitely see this getting out of hand. Let me take a look just real fast at this to-do list again. Adjust amount of spawns. The amount of spawns, right. Excuse me. We're on the last wave. Just killed the boss. I think the problem here... yeah. So the problem here is that it is actually a boss wave. Where the hell is that? Oh, it is a boss wave, so it's not going to spawn the enemies. Whereas the other ones, I took those out. Only if it's in the this way, bap, bap. And then here's the issue. So I'm gonna say it is working. It's fine. I'm not 100% sure if I want the boss to be on its own. I think it should, just because I think a good boss fight doesn't need all those little extras. That cannon fodder. So. I am going to bring back in the time, going to bring back in the gold. It's going to be very similar to Brotato, unfortunately, but it's just a good system. They're good systems. I need to have those in. It doesn't feel right. I tried to make these more unique and like stronger, but it doesn't get I don't get a feel like I'm really building my character. So I would either need a ton more waves, which isn't going to feel good, or have that shop system. And the shop system could be like, you just get one, or you get other, like smaller increments, like 2 smaller gems, like a half gem or something like that, but the fractions wouldn't be able to carry over. It wouldn't be as good. So real quick, I am actually gonna play one round of Brotato. Oopa. And mark my words, 6 days from now, I'm gonna have a mini game that's gonna feel pretty good. Why is it taking all day? Thank you. It's been a little bit. Let's go. Don't really care who we play. Let's go with this guy because he's balanced, well-rounded. Okay. Oh, it's been so long. How do I click next? I guess it's because we're in multiplayer mode? Yeah, co-op. There we go. It's waiting on the other player. I was like, well, we're ranged, so let's do a ranged. We'll do something a little bit more, a bit closer. You know what? Yeah. And I think, we'll go with 0. 20 seconds. I'm gonna write some notes down, so it's gonna take me a little bit. Hold on. One of the notes I'm gonna write down is the time. That's what I really want. Time. You know what? First, it's gonna be wave. So I'm just writing a few things down, like how much I started with in the wave, ended with. Oh shit, I forgot to mark how long the wave took. How many seconds in the wave started with. Ended this wave with 69 coins. Not entirely sure. I would assume 30 seconds. Cost of the shotgun went from 23 to 26, 29. I'm less like really playing this one, so I'm probably gonna die. It's all good. I mean, this is on easy mode too, so I really don't feel. I mean, it's been a while since I played too, but I don't think it'll be too much of an issue. I didn't look again at the time. Hmm. $40. This is wave 5. Yeah, so this all makes sense. So it seems like it's going up by 5 seconds per. And I bet on endless mode it stays at that time rather than going up. And what's interesting is that by increasing the amount of time, that's also increasing the amount of gold, which will make it where you can buy more. Your purchasing power pretty much remains the same by doing that. That's pretty smart. Yeah, and it's going up by 3 every time. So that means, okay, so what that means is with the wave number, its starting price divided by some amount. So let's say it's like let me see, actually it started at 23. I mean, you could do it a whole bunch of different ways. To get the 3, I mean, from 20 or from 23. In our case here, what you could do, I'm just thinking like what might be a little easier. Maybe you start with a base price of, let's say, 20 divided by 5 would be 4, and then minus 1. But I do prefer it to stay on, like, if I'm doing shop wave 1, I'd rather have that be the base price. So if it's going to be 23, I can mark in 23. That's what it's going to be in the base price. Rather than doing some arbitrary number like 20, and you'll never see the 20. So I'm thinking 23, we do like divided by 7. So divided by 7, obviously seal, and then I don't want to do the math. Let me do. Do we do seal? We could do round. Well, let's see, 23 divided by 8. We can do it divided by 8 and then keep the seal. And if you're unfamiliar with seal, it's ceiling instead of flooring. So ceiling, rounded, and flooring, depending on how you want to organize it. Either way, it would bump this to a 3. No matter what the decimal 0 points is, or whatever this is, even if it was 0 points is 1, bump it up to a 1. Rounding deals with the how do I have to explain to you guys? Increase in time per wave will offset the price increase Okay, keep it rolling. Let me see here. Run it. 45, the lines. There's so many little things in this game that are just done so well. I feel like it's raining again. Sick. The piercing was already there for shotguns, I forgot. But the damage is not there. That's why you don't get that one, I forgot. So you definitely need to be able to counter all forms of play in some way to allow the player to always have to be moving or dodging or some sort of thing. So like for instance right now it's pretty much glass cannon. That's what I've done. And that's great. That's definitely one play style, and it's a fun play style too, in fact. Get out of here. To counter that, you need those big boys that rush in on you. So you have to move. Because, make it aware. I'll write that down. Big boys. Almost. Okay. Damn, I obliterated that guy. Loot Goblin. I do like loot goblins too, but I feel bad because I'd just be copying so much from this game. Ooh, I got the last one. One more pumpkins. Like if this was my game, I really wouldn't be changing much. I feel like 20 waves is a little long, so I think 15 might be the sweet spot. I need to adjust mine for that. I would balance some of the items because like some of them are not good and they're expensive. For instance, the wisdom one. The wisdom one's so bad. And with the DLC, this one is not very good. Because there's like one where it's like the fairy one.
And that fairy one, as long as you get some of these weaker items, which you're gonna do anyway, its HP regeneration is through the roof without the negative of that 50% reduction. I'm pretty strong, so I'm gonna grab that. I'll grab that too. Holy shit, I saw it, but like, it's spacing off. I feel like some of these enemies don't really make any sense. Like these armored ones, they're basically the exact same. Maybe just a change of scenery. They're clearly more armored than the other ones, but it's like not much of a difference. And I guess it's the same for those spiked ones. But they do make a difference, those spiked ones, because like the big ones are already strong, and like now they're even more of a threat. But whenever it's like those medium ones, they're not much of a threat anyway, so just don't care. Again with that? I do like these guys. These these aliens right here. Like the ugly sloth big things, and then you pop them, and then it's like a whole bunch of little ones come out. Those little ones, they stack up. So what's cool is like it. I think it's interesting because it changes the way you play the game, and that's why it's interesting. So it's again less of the circle or standing still, and now I'm actually moving for some reason. And that some reason is if I don't move, these little guys, they'll pile up and they'll kill you. So 5% for every second. We'll give it a shot. I could lose here. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with losing. Again, this is on easy mode, so it's still a little bit of a challenge, but then again, I'm kind of making it more of a challenge by going glass cannon and whatnot. Even though it does seem like it's viable or whatever here, in the more difficult levels, you're basically going to have less money because they're going to be harder to kill. They'll also do more damage, so if you mess up even one time, you're pretty much cooked. See there? I got hit. Although those ones are like light, so... Got hit again. The enchanter or shaman or whatever the hell isn't too much of a threat. The only way that it would be is like if it enchanted one of those big boys, like with the spikes. But again, I'm super strong. I'm goated here. Right now I'm basically just playing, honestly. Yeah. This is the specialty one? I think if you gave me more challenge in the 15 rounds and then allowing to get more gold, customize your build faster, but so I don't know. Maybe 20 is the sweet spot. I'm not sure. I remember the demo was amazing. And I remember that they had less weapons and items, but it still felt good. I think it felt better, in my opinion, than having a whole bunch of the little ones. But I could be wrong, you know? That was an enchanted purple one. Your range. I've never used this honestly. It's never been helpful for me, but range and dodge flip. But even flipping them, it would not make it to where it's double range. Range is 168, so it would max it at 60, and then I'd have three. I'd have 3 range. I'd give it a shot, but you know what? For sure, I'm gonna win anyway. I'll do it. Fuck it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's interesting. Crazy. So now I gotta be like hella close. Actually doesn't change much. Yeah. Instead of shooting them from far, I gotta get a little close. But the ranged weapons have like some range on them, which is interesting. Cool beans. Yeah. So it felt good. We learned a little bit here. Let me. Oh, we got 1 hour, so we got 1 hour left. I need some ice. We're gonna put back in time. I'll think about money. Small pee break as well.
Alright, most important thing that we're going to be needing to change is the time.
Let's go ahead and put the time back in.
I say back in because I've had it already in before. I tried veering to kill all the enemies in the wave, but I don't know. It doesn't feel as good. But you know what? It could work. I think it could still work. The thing is, if it's just a set amount of enemies, then a tank build could still work. Whereas in Brotato, you're almost forced to do DPS in the beginning and then tank later on. So we're going to keep, actually, the enemies in this way. But I do want to display the remaining enemies. I don't know why I took that out. That'll be in display screen. Why is caps lock on? There you are. Excuse me. forgot that I copied and pasted that. Oops. Probably gonna need this larger. Oh, there's two of them. Scale, we'll do 2, and then alpha. Let's do 0.6. -1. Interesting. Two enemies. Bam. Bam. Waiting to see if another one will spawn. Doesn't seem like it. Okay. I'm assuming this one will be a little bit scuffed because of this guy. Yeah. I think I can fix that. So here I'm just saying spawn enemy rather than add the enemy into the spawner. So then here I do spawner. Excuse me. Don't know if I'll be doing this one.
I definitely need to redo the way that we're doing the spawns. If I make it where enemies just keep pouring in, and once you kill them, let's say you have 100 enemies to kill. If you can pick your type, then you go after the scrawny ones always. Assuming they all drop the same amount of gold. I could make it where there's only so many of each type out at one time per wave. Change that variable per wave. So if you did only kill those ones, you've killed them off, and now all that remains is the big ones. And if there can only be 5 big ones at once, you've killed the big one, another one will spawn for the remaining amount. Which is good, that's fine. Generally, you probably wouldn't be able to do that. You'd kill them all relatively the same. That sounds pretty good. don't currently see anything wrong with it, so let me go ahead and put it in. First, let me write it down though, because it's kind of a lot. I think the spawn system should be the same. I think we got a good, strong spawn system with this once I implement this. But I'm not 100% on should it be total enemies versus timed per wave. I'll have to talk with some of my game developer buddies, see what they have to think of it. What do they think about it? Then we'll get another drink, and I'll be right back. And then we're going to implement this spawn system. And that'll pretty much wrap up the day. Well, this stream at least. And I've got to continue on with the debugger. And then maybe I'll even look into art. But probably not. Probably not today. Spawn system. Let's go. And a quick pee.
I appreciate you guys giving me my time, my vibe time. We cooking. So before, our previous spawn system was like this. You would add an enemy to the spawner, and this is a spawner. So with this single spawn, it basically has a cooldown once this thing dies. So let's say, you know, you got your enemy. We can spawn it after 3 seconds. We're going to keep that. Then let's say you kill them. Then I have a number, so let's say 3 seconds. After 3 seconds, spawn another one of this guy. And that single thing is one spawn, and it retains through all of these. So again, this is not a very good system. What I mean by that is this guy will be kept through all of the waves. It exponentially adds up. So instead what we want is a single spawner, an enemy type, to the spawner. I do want max count. We're going to repurpose it though. It's going to be max count, total amount that we want in there. Let's say 5. Honestly, that's it in terms of what's changed from this perspective. I'm cool with naming, keeping the name there. So in this case, it would be 6 total enemies. We're going to do a little bit more though. Let's do 10 more of those. So it'll be 15 enemies, wave 1. Now, we need to adjust it. We're going to go for first spawn. Weird. Okay, spawn grids in here. Spawn controller. Spawn enemies. As long as there's enemies to face. I'll rename this to current enemy types to spawn. A spawn grid. Current count. I think we should add one more variable to these, and I think it'll be a cluster amount. Let me do max count. Total spawn wave. You know what? We're gonna flip them around. Max cluster size. What the hell is this? I'm assuming this one. Oh, maybe a current total spawn in wave. Have spawn in wave. And current seconds for the first spawn. Well, well, well. There you go. For now, I will make it where it's cluster size 1 is optional. Now I don't have to go back in and redo these just yet. Spawn properties, we need one more. Time to spawn, max time to spawn. We do still need this. This is good. Current time till spawn. I go first spawn. don't like that these don't have this. Enemy number. Yeah. Not you, buddy. Buddy. Okay. Damn, this is clean. I'm gonna do. Just gonna do this. Let's Control F. Whole word case sensitive. Current time till first spawn. I do believe that we're only using this 2 locations. Max time till first spawn. Now let me just check. Good. Okay. So go through all of the enemy types that we're going to be spawning this wave. We do need to reset that. We'll do that in a bit. Then go through my enemy spawn grid, current enemy spawn grid. And see if we've already reached our max count for that spawn, that type. If we're doing a time frame, we can just make this infinite, so this really wouldn't be an issue. But if we are doing a current number of enemies, we don't want it to be here. Let me actually write that as a note. Timed wave. We can set max to infinite. But if set num to defeat, don't want player to only kill weak enemies. So okay, if there is room, we're past our first spawn time. Let's get in there. Now current count, right now we're just adding a 1, but I will change this up for the clusters. count for clusters. Current time till first spawn. We don't do that anymore. Spawn enemy of this type. Bam. Border padding. Yeah, alright, I'm cool with that. For now, he's spawning randomly. Oh, what is this note? Just make sure you are within the room's playable zone. Yeah. We'll do a region here. Set player, player. This enemy's spawn location. Current enemy spawn this wave. +1. Yeah, again, we'll be counting for the clusters soon. Let's see our spawn enemy. Bam. Okay. Okay. We do want this instead of it being, I'm assuming, in here. I forgot the name. That. Max enemies feeds equal to 1. think we can set it here. Also false. We can go right here. Yeah, current enemies to defeat. After the switch. Now that we're doing that, might as well have an end region here. That way I can more easily do this. Trending on wave number. Duh, but yeah, there you go. Bam. And then I want to do a with spawn controller and find out how many enemies are going to be in this. This. And here we also want to do reset that. If we want to do total, well, I mean, I could just put this in here. And get total enemies to defeat this round. So first one should be 15. They'll be spawning one at a time. Max in. This is total to spawn. We also want a total currently out in the field. Yeah, okay. Total spawn and wave. Cluster size. We'll do max in wave at once. Simba. Why is this called a grid? Did I convert this or right? I did. I converted it into a. That's weird. Okay. 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 We're gonna go. Current. Count and wave. At once doesn't really make any sense right now, but. This is just, Obviously, we could do instance number of whatever the object is. It's a real son of a bitch. Because if we do, I want to do this. And I want to do with each enemy. I don't like this, but I don't know the enemy type. Well, you'd have to do enemy type to object, but I could just do this way, which is a little easier in terms of code. So, but it's not going to be that big of a deal. I don't think. Object enemy. We'll just do parent. And we'll do. What's my enemy type? I don't even have my enemy type here. Now with this one, I'm not too sure because there's trying to spawn. Okay, so I have my enemy type as well. Do I have a parent? No. So we want exact same thing. My battery's low. Little shit. I'm gonna go pee again. Pretty much wrapping this up. Almost done here, I think. We're almost done here. Just gonna finish up this spawn system. Spawning's not gonna be perfect either, not just yet. Because right here, when we do a switch, depending on the type, we want to change where the location is that we're gonna spawn. This could be a little bit faster. I could do this one time up here, save them in an array. Instead of doing it per enemy type. Yeah. Not good. But it's fine. Current count and wave.
And let's say there's 3 out of 4. So as long as it's lower than it. So once it becomes 4 out of 4, then do this. Now whenever we're talking clusters, we can talk clusters here in a bit, but right now I just want to make sure this is spawning. Should only spawn 1, but it'll do it every second. It'll go all 4. And it'll be immediately as they kill it. So it'll be like as soon as you kill it, another one's spawning. Is that what I want? Is that what we want? At that point, clusters don't mean anything. I can make like a little, like a delay. I have that delay based on whatever I want. But I don't know if that matters. We will be adding this. No, we don't need to add that anywhere. It'll get it every frame. Not the greatest, like I said, but no, I think we're ready to test. So I should be able to see 15 enemies on the first spawn. Okay. Initialize enemy spawns from wave number. Undefined value, max enemies to defeat. Initialize. Spawn wave number 1.120. Alright. Oh, what was the variable? I'm assuming it's this, because this was definitely initialized. Because these are adding to it. Enemy spawner, add the value into the grid. This grid, enemy spawn grid. Current enemy types to spawn. Don't need you anymore. Which is good, actually, that I caught that. Enemy spawn grid. Yeah. Spawn. I think the problem there... Oh, actually... Actually... That's not what I thought it was. This does need to be in there. Create enemy types to spawn, yeah. And honestly, these could be renamed to total. Total enemy types to spawn. But that doesn't change anything here. So let me copy that. We're gonna go var what this is equal to, bam. It is getting, so that's good. Excuse me, plus equals, yeah. Undefined. Yeah. 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 Alright, let me see. What is the grid giving me? What was the name again? Enemy spawn grid. It's not a global. Self is spawner. Enemy spawn grid. 0. It's got nothing in there. And wave number is 1. You know what? It is missing variable. For now, let me go and do this. Okay. Couple of things. So one, max count and wave at once, let's say is 1. Just so I don't have to go through it all. Normally you will need to put that in anyway. But here this is 0. Let's do +1. 1 plus. Do it up again. Six. I'm glad that like it's not completely broken, but where'd you get 6 from there, bud? Max count, total spawn and wave. Maybe I got them reversed. I think I did. Son of a bitch. Yeah, seconds for first spawn. Alright, so 3 seconds. Let's actually do 1.5, I think, is a good base. You know what? Let's make that also further in the back. Seconds for the first spawn. Let's put that back here. That way I can also make that a optional. Because I think 1.5 seconds would be good. Now that we're doing that, I could still make clusters a thing, but I don't know if we need them. I'll keep it in for now. But we should see 15 now. Oh, 4, 5. Let's spawn in wave 5. Max count and wave at once. Should be a 1. Yeah. Yo! Oh, medium. Medium's 3. I mean, that's cool. I did get it wrong. I was expecting this one. But even still, 3, though. 3 is your max there, bud. Homeboy. Let me just double check. Are you ready to spawn? Yeah, that's no problem. Now then, this current count less than max count, which should be at this point 3. What I'm gonna do is take out the small ones so we can get to that faster. We'll be there all day. We need this. Okay. Current's 0, max is 3. Looking good. Two enemy types to spawn. Okay, so you're saying that there's another one? Where are you at? Probably a leftover in the creative end, huh? What the hell? Enemy spawn slot number. I don't even know what that is. Okay. So, the create event says 2. Oh, it's not persistent. But even still, who gives a shit there? Because I've been created, and now I'm initializing the wave. So that shouldn't do it. I will put that back to 0, but add enemy to spawner. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, I know where it's at. I'm gonna put this back to 0 though. Thank you. Love you. Maybe this one. What the fuck? I thought it was this one. This is bullshit. Well, shucks. This is no longer needed. What the hell is this? need you at all. Get out of here.
You dumb bitch.
Let's go. It's just a little weird that they're all spawning at once. I'm not too sure. Like, should I add a time in between spawns kind of deal? Obviously, these are all scuffed now. Only one enemy. Puh. Vibing with. Why are you taking so long to fire, my guy? Also, yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it right now. Just because these are scuffed, like I said, the initialize. I do need to change it up. Although, okay, yeah, no. We were on this wave. I was like, what? Not too worried. I think I will also make it where it's 5 waves. On the 5th wave, it'll be the mini boss. That way you can have a little bit more time into building your build. You gotta slap that down. I'll go through this again here, but off stream. Make waves 15 and every 5 equals boss. Mini boss. I think that'll do it. Yeah. Already passed the time. Appreciate you guys. Take care. Save your work. And I'll see you again sometime tomorrow. Don't know when. Please charging. Perfect timing. See you guys.